Yo, hello
Hello,
everybody.
chat.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the
Sorry We Didn't
show.
Make an Episode Last Week
I was
podcast.
sick. I'm sorry, guys. I
She
felt
was
like I
sick.
was running out of breath constantly. It was awful.
I'm sorry you did that. How did you do D&D?
Um, it was short and I didn't talk a lot. Like, cause I still try to do a character voice, but it's not that complicated. Like, I make my voice a little bit more nasally and then I bring it forward.
But you were
Like,
sick.
this is the entirety of their voice, and then they talk really fast.
You were sick, so they were. So it's like, what's your character's name?
Abbas.
Abuz.
Abys. Abbas.
Hey Abuz, how's it going?
Lore accurate Abbas impression? What the hell?
Hell yeah, sick Abuz. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm full.
Oh no, why are you full?
I went to Subway and got the same thing I get every time, and I needed to stop getting it.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened.
Foot long
Oh,
meatball
I
sub.
have a thing I'm very excited about. Can I talk about it on podcast?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just go into detail. Foot long
Okay.
meatball sub. 4 Subway cookies. Bag of Lay's Gatorade.
That just the description makes me feel nauseous.
I was only
Maybe I'm just nauseous.
I don't know why, but I was only halfway through, and I somehow managed. I was halfway through, and I was like,
Thinking about trying to make thinking about like trying to eat that much makes me physically feel sick.
well, I did it. Now you go about your podcast thing.
Okay. So, we have talked about this briefly before on the podcast, but I, in my free time, play Splatoon 3 competitively. As of current, I have decided to leave the team that I'm on, but so far I'm looking at like two different teams that like legitimately might be willing to give me a shot, and I'm really hopeful that like I don't have to go into free agent hell. I can actually like get on a team. I can play the game
That would
that
be
I like
awesome.
playing.
Go for
Holy
you.
fucking shit.
I'm
What the hell?
I'm happy for you. Sorry for like clearly laughing. I just thought like, wait, do I have enough room to like move my head and like jiggle my boobies? And I did, and it made me laugh. But that's great.
That's
I
awesome.
did.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. though.
Mhm.
Let's have a little clap for Cat.
Yeah, can everyone just fill the comment with like applause emojis? Don't elaborate. Don't tell anyone else why.
Yeah.
I just want the comments full of applause. Thank you.
No dick.
Okay. Cool trick. Very cool trick.
There's like 3 sound bits for that full thing, but I thought it'd be funnier if I just did the no bit dick. If I did the full
Damn.
thing, we'd get even harder demonetized than we usually do.
You can't drop that in the first couple of minutes. We'll get uber demonetized.
No
As if we're
dick.
monetized to begin with.
Balls. And probably no butthole since this guy feeds on radiation.
What? Why do you have that?
It's
What?
awesome. It's in my server. It's 3 different sounds.
Hold on, let me look. No way.
It's awesome.
Holy shit.
It's the
Why?
no dick, no balls, and probably no butthole either, since this guy feeds off radiation. Oh, the moan kills me.
Yeah. No, that's hard.
You know, one time
Hell yeah.
one time I was just watching shit. Sometimes I'm in a mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a vanilla mood. So I was just like,
Okay.
I want to see that basic shit. So I just pulled up a video, and I was like, this video is mid as shit, but I thought the acting was
I
really
love it.
funny, so I kept watching it. And I found that I found the original source of that clip.
Nice.
I didn't think it
That's
was. I
awesome.
thought it was like I didn't think it would actually be from porn. I thought it was like because it's so widely used. I assumed it was from a movie or something, but nope, it's from porn.
Of course it is.
It's so funny.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you about this now because I've been thinking about it for like the whole podcast so far. But what's up with the background? What is that?
It's silly.
Why are you in the graph paper fucking void? What? Okay.
Silly. So, I just thought
Yeah?
it'd be funny to slow. Okay, I'm so sorry, audio listeners. I'm so sorry, including myself. But yes, audio listeners, I'm just it's just one of the free backgrounds for VTube Studio.
Mm,
Because I don't want to use the green screen. Because if I use the green screen, this part, my eye is gone. Part of my eye.
no eye for you.
Well, I have like 95% of my eye, just not most of it. My schedule today, guys, is crazy. I streamed for like, what was it, like 2 hours because I was like, you know what, guys, Labor Day, that's my excuse. I need to get the hell off here so I can go do the other shit.
Mm-mm.
And what else do I have to do? 2 separate people I told them I'd hang out with at 2 different times. And
Mm-mm.
then editing school. I'm in an editing school, guys.
Nice. Oh, did you actually commit to doing that?
Yeah. So it definitely helped because I'm using a new software now, and holy shit, learning new shit. Whoa. Not fun. But I get why they do it because this is kind of expected in like the movie production sphere. They expect you to know Adobe Premiere Pro.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm learning that, and I got all the basics down, so I can make like a video. But it still helps, with stuff I don't know. But all the basic stuff is like, yeah, I know. Go on, move on, please.
The learner.
I like how you're looking at me like this, like you're tilting your head back and forth. You're just looking.
I was
at
thinking
me.
about a thing, sorry.
You're thinking about a thing.
Mm.
Uh,
It doesn't feel like it's something that's interesting enough to talk about on podcasts, though.
Okay.
It's more of just a random tangent thought. I'll probably talk about it off camera.
Okay. So, there, you know how I love my name?
Yeah?
There is a new game coming out set in the same universe.
Okay. What's it called?
I forgot.
Uh-huh.
The title is hard. It's the casting of something. I think it's like a.
Is it the casting of Daylight?
That would be fire. The casting of Frank Stone. It's not like a direct like sequel or anything like that. It's just like in the same universe because it's not like the same gameplay at all. From what it looks like, it's like a your choices matter type story game.
Okay. Telltale?
Yeah, like a Telltale game, but it's not made by Telltale.
Yeah, because they're fucking dead.
Telltale's dead?
They fucking died.
They don't make games anymore?
I don't actually know. From what I recall, I think, like, I don't remember the time frame. I think it was around, like, the development of Minecraft story mode, so probably sometime during the 2010s. Like, their sales were just going down the shitter, and so they kind of, like, if I recall correctly, like, people just weren't really interested in the kind of games they made anymore, and so their budget started dying, and then they eventually had to completely die out.
I think the only game I've ever played by Telltale was Minecraft Story Mode.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I seen a meme that was like, imagine what fucking YouTubers we would have gotten if Minecraft Story Mode Season 2 was made like now, and someone in response sent like the fucking like a 3D model of Dream if he was in Minecraft Story Mode. And it was horrifying. Have you know of the Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, right? Like
Yeah, where
you're,
they got, like, the 2010 Minecraft YouTubers
you're
to do
nerdy
stuff.
enough to know. Didn't they like not even I don't even think they asked for the rights of most of them. Did they?
Well, they directly flew them out to voice act, so...
Did I remember watching Dan TDM like react to it, and
Well, I mean, you can. I feel like this is something you would already know, but like, you can read lines for something without necessarily understanding the full
no, I mean
context.
I'm not done. He was like I for whatever reason I remember him reacting to it as if someone did an impression of him. Like he was like, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Mm.
I mean, why would they fly people out? I don't understand why they do that. Why don't they just do it from the studio? Like just be like, hey, you have a good microphone because you're a YouTuber. Just record whatever.
I mean, my thought would be like to have it be consistent because if everything is recorded on the same equipment, then everything will be the exact same quality, and so there won't be anything of like two people talking, but then one just noticeably sounds different. Because like
Yeah.
different microphones tend to have their own little like, for lack of a better word for it, residue, especially with like a professional fucking recording studio being a little bit different than where you record your Minecraft Let's Play, you know?
My microphone really good. I could
I mean, yeah,
record.
but you also have to account for like sound paneling,
I could
you know?
record any show on this microphone.
Yeah. My microphone's not like it's all right. It's a like roughly the $100 like microphone that's used for recording music that my dad let me borrow. Though eventually I want to get a more professional like uh like a microphone more specialized for recording for like voice acting or singing or streaming.
I got mine for $40 at GameStop.
Whoa.
That's it.
It, GameStop is awesome. I like the part where people bought GameStop and became really, really rich because
Yeah,
of the GameStop thing. I think it's
that's
funny
how corps
that
work.
my d- I think it's funny how my dad has now twice dodged an opportunity to become a millionaire.
I'm assuming on
Accident
accident.
completely accidentally.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Um,
don't think he'd
he
like be like
bought
actually billionaire or being a millionaire sounds lame. Like obviously, that's
so the
funny.
first time the story was that when Bitcoin was new, he bought a decent bit of it for like a fucking pizza to see if it worked, and it didn't. So he just held on to it, and then like the Bitcoin boom happened, where it was like worth like I forgot how big it got at its peak, but like he had it around then, and he just forgot the password to the account to be able to sell his Bitcoin.
To be fair, I know a lot of people who were telling me like, I had so much Bitcoin and I lost my account and I can't get it because which is really funny to me. Because it's like I know like for instance I mean, it was a lot. Like, I knew someone. I think. I mean, how big was the Bitcoin boom? I remember someone. I think he said he put like $100 into it, and he made like a shit ton back.
Hmm.
Obviously, not like millions from only $100, but you know, a lot. Um, I'm not like an NFT person. What I would do
Hmm.
is I would just like put $10 in there, wait for it to get even just a little more. Like it could hit 11. I'd be like, okay, and then I take it out and put another 10 in there. Break the
Huh.
system.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
my dad did.
I
Uh,
guess that makes sense. The other one, like, I feel like this is implied because of how I brought this up, but the other one was like, he was watching like the GameStop thing happen from like Reddit, liking GameStop a lot, and like he almost bought into it, but he's like, it probably won't go anywhere. And then boy, did it fucking go somewhere.
that's funny. I think it's funny to hear your dad using Reddit. Like I know, like your dad's just like,
No, he does use Reddit.
no, I know.
He stopped using Reddit because of the fuck spez thing, and now uses Tumblr, which is way funnier.
I hate Tumblr. The only
Tumblr's
reason
so funny. What?
I hate Tumblr because of Tumblr's politics. It's all so fucking reactionary. I'm biased as hell because I had
I
an
like I like funny Tumblr user words though, like blorbo.
look, I'm biased as hell because I had an ex who used Tumblr and thought she was smarter than me because she would like repeat these like stupid ass politics she heard from Tumblr to me, and it's like I fucking study this shit.
Hmm.
You sound so stupid. Stop arguing with me about this.
Hmm.
I promise
Well,
you.
okay.
Oh my god.
Actually, a correction on that, but like, I think he did get a little into Tumblr, but he also uses, I think, Lemmy, which is just federated equivalent.
You told me about Lemmy. I haven't used.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
anything
use
about that.
Lemmy.
Yeah. You've posted screenshots of my conversations on Lemmy.
Yeah, and I got like 300 fucking likes for it,
Damn.
which is a lot by Lemmy standards.
What was I gonna say? Right. It was so bad. Like, I remember at one point, like, I was talking to this person, and she was like, and she was like, I was like, out of everyone in office, I'd say I'd say, like, one of the better ones is definitely Bernie Sanders.
Hmm.
And she was like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like,
Elaborate.
why would I not, like, I said, out of everyone in office, like, why is he, like, one of the worst? She said he was one of the worst because he was getting money from APAC. And I'm like,
What
name.
does that even mean? What?
APAC is like a Israeli organization that gives money to people. It's like, here's a bunch of money, now support us. And I was basically like, now look, if you want to believe that, that's fine. But for her to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy sucks actually because of this reason. I was like, I didn't say these words, obviously. We were dating at the time, but in my brain I'm thinking, and I said a less mean version of, you are fucking stupid. Everyone gets money from APAC in government. Like, they all do. Trump, Biden, Sanders, like, all of them.
Hmm.
So for...
Well, my thoughts also, like, from how you described it, it sounds like the purpose of it is sort of a very large-scale bribe of the US government
Yeah.
to support them. That doesn't necessarily mean they will, that just means that they're giving them money to say, please.
Um... I'll look into it more, but, like, from my understanding, yes. But, like, it
Because
is...
if that's the case, then that's not necessarily a problem, because they're their own thing that kind of just does that. That's what they do.
Yeah. Let me look up... Here, I'll look into it for chat. I'm fact-checking myself.
Hmm.
Just to make sure that I give y'all the...
Hmm.
the
And I will say, chat, I'm willing to be proven wrong. I have enough humility to have people say, hey, this is wrong, this is why you're wrong, and be able to go, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Unless you
So
yell
this
at
is
me,
true over
then I'll
this.
if you yell at me while telling me I'm wrong, I will double down and die on the hill. But
Mhm.
I'm joking, chat.
I can be very stubborn, but only if I have a very deep-rooted reason to believe I am correct.
I mean, cause there's like you could lose an argument and still be right, right? Like
Hmm.
you could like for instance, obviously, you know, obviously like abortion is fine, but someone who never studies politics would lose an argument to Ben Shapiro on abortion.
Hmm. That's
Um,
almost like, I mean, to be fair, that's literally what Ben Shapiro does. There's a reason why fucking, like, alt-right talking heads only ever go to college campuses for debates.
yeah, which is really funny. But yeah, I mean, like, you're making me think of Steven Crowder, and I want to die.
I'm very explicitly referring to Steven Crowder.
You were referring to Steven Crowder?
Well, that and Ben Chippy-Bo.
Ben Shapiro does do that, but I'm surprised you know who Steven Crowder is. I thought that was much more of a you have to be into politics to know this guy.
Being a trans person kind of automatically
That's
means you
yeah.
know a lot about political figures,
Yeah.
specifically if they're vocally anti-trans.
Specifically, people like Steven Crowder and Matt Walsh. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
I only know about political figures that have a spoken opinion on trans people.
Steven Crowder is so much funnier. Like his views are just hilarious. Like, dude, he made an article in 2015 titled "Why I Will Never Badmouth My Wife," and then later it came out that he was verbally abusing his wife, and that he was angry, that he vocally said that he was angry that he lived in a state where he can't basically own her. He was mad that she was able to get a divorce without his approval.
What?
He's like, I don't agree with it, but here in this state, even if only one party wants to get a divorce, it still goes through. I'm like, you don't agree with
That's
it?
because that's the point of a divorce.
You know, like what? You
It's
what do
if
you mean you
one
don't
or more
agree with it?
parties ultimately decides that it is in their best interest to be somewhere else. The point of either end being able to initiate is that in the case of it being abusive, they're allowed to leave.
Right, I now pronounce you man and slave. Like what the hell? What do you mean? I should have to agree with it. It was so dumb. And you want to know what's funny?
Isn't there somebody you forgot to ask?
Um, real. He was actually do you know what the Daily Wire is?
I think I've heard of it.
Okay, so the Daily Wire is the network that has it's a right-wing network. It's like a YouTube channel, it's a social media thing. On there is Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, Andrew Clavin, trying to think of and Candace Owens. There might be other people I forgot. Steven Crowder was invited on there, and he was offered $50 million. $50 million. That's insane. But in the contract, because Steven Crowder has had his videos taken down many times for like hate speech and spreading false information about the coronavirus and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
In the contract, it said, if you give our channel a strike and it costs us money, that will come out of your $50 million paycheck. He compared that to slave labor.
Yes, I may be making $50 million, but if I fuck up, then that comes out of my wallet.
Look,
This is like slaves where they get paid nothing.
what's crazy about that is this is saying a lot, right? The Daily
Mhm.
Wire is an extremely like right-wing network with some crazy people on there, and like some are like try to appear as moderately right, but they're mostly like crazy right. With like the false appearance of like moderate right.
Mhm.
But that contract was like surprisingly good for the worker. Like 50 million? Crowder was not making that shit on his own show. And he wouldn't have to work as much either. That's like nutty how much that is. And he compared it to slave wage. And I think it's funny that like when the Daily Wire has like one thing against someone, they completely flip the switch. They're like, oh yeah, Steven Crowder's fine. And then that happens. Like, actually, Steven Crowder's nuts. Steven Crowder's a piece of shit. Same thing with like Andrew Tate. Like at first, Ben Shapiro was like, I don't agree with Andrew Tate on everything. But blah 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 blah. However, he has the right to say this, and it really doesn't seem like blah 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 blah. And then Andrew Tate's pro-Palestine, and Ben Shapiro's like, actually, we should kill him. Ben Shapiro is like so quick to like flip the switch. It's hilarious.
That I was thinking of something. Give me a moment.
You okay?
I'm loading.
Oh, you
I
were
was-
thinking of something you want to say. I thought you were like, I'm deep in thought. Let me think about something for a second. I'm like, is everything okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember what I was thinking of. But like, I think that comparison is very interesting when like this is a conversation I've had with family before that I think is very interesting. But due to how like from my understanding, due to how harsh things are for the like general working class, I think it's very funny to have someone that's at the top of the pyramid be like, oh, this is like slavery when being in like working class is functionally being a slave because you have to spend all of your time
Honestly,
to have any money to not instantly die.
$50 million is slave wages. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, with how insanely low, like, especially in the places that only have federal minimum, like, imagine trying to live off that.
Yeah,
You literally can't.
yeah. Trust me, I know. Like I fucking know. Shit. What was I gonna say? All right. Yeah, but I just think it's funny how quick like Ben Shapiro is to flip the switch on someone. Like with Andrew Tate, like, we should, this guy isn't like all that bad. Like I disagree, but blah, 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 blah. And then he's pro-Palestine. Actually, this guy should die. Like he's so biased. It's funny. Like
That's so needlessly extreme as well.
he didn't say he should die. I'm being like funny, but
No, I understand. Like, my thought process is, like, I just think it's funny that, like, because fucking Andrew Tate is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck Andrew Tate. But I think it's funny that he has a singular good opinion.
Well, it's because a lot of conservatives are pro-Palestine for the wrong reason. I don't know about Andrew Tate.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Andrew Tate, it's possible. A lot of people do tie their religion to the war. I think it is possible that he just, because he has Muslim background, that he wants to, stay on his side, because he does believe that it's I believe at least he does think it's like a religious thing. I don't know. When the war,
I think genocide is bad.
Yeah. It's the same thing with like the Trump thing though. Like Ben Shapiro is a lawyer. All the shit Trump did that Ben Shapiro defended, Ben Shapiro would not defend that if it was Biden. Like with Trump, he's like, don't, like, if it was Biden who said all that shit, dude, he would be like, kill him? I don't want to just throw the book at him. I want to throw the book at him so hard that he dies. We need to execute him.
What was the word again for specifically a lawyer that's trying to defend a client rather than prosecute?
Defendant?
Defendant. Okay.
There's
Your
a better
Honor,
word for it, but
Your Honor, my defendant is throwing. Can I get a new one?
No, Ben Shapiro has said openly, which I do agree with him on this, but like he'd just be stupid to not say this, like that Donald Trump is a lawyer's worst nightmare. Ben Shapiro, for like the sake of moderacy, like pretends to not like Trump, but then defends everything he does and talks about how he did a lot of great things. Because really, like, all Republicans are like that bad. Like, it is not just Trump. It's just that other Republicans have an aura of professionalism that makes them seem bearable and Trump seem like the big bad when Trump's just open about all the shit that the other Republicans believe. Some of the times he'll just lie when he thinks the public thinks something's too conservative. Like, he slipped the switch on abortion like 900 times. Even Palestine, he's flipped it a couple times. But I'm gonna be real. I think Kamala has it. I think the idea of Trump winning.
Kamala sweep.
I don't think Trump will win. I mean, like, right now he's so like his audience, like Kamala right now, I do not like that she's starting to appeal. She's trying to appeal to other audiences now. She's trying to be more moderate. That interview with CNN, I didn't know. I felt like I was watching a Republican. Would you like to ban fracking? No, I would not like to ban fracking. What about the border? We need more control at the border. Would you want to put a Republican in Congress? Of course, I would love to have a Republican in there. The next question ought to just be, will you drop out and let a Republican win? Well, of course I'll drop out. We need the Republicans to win. Like, what's happening? No, like, but,
I feel like it's just to get moderate. I'm hoping, to be honest, that she's just lying through her teeth.
Yeah, like,
to make them vote, and then we get, like, hyper leftist sweep.
I don't think so, because, like, her views line up so heavily with Biden's right now that it just makes too much sense. But, for people who don't really care about that, for people who are just like, I just want to make sure we don't have another Trump, rest assured, I don't think we will.
I mean, even then, like, I feel like the bar's low right now. Like, to be honest, I feel like just Trump losing again is all we need to basically entirely kill the Republican Party.
I think I think they'll still be going for sure, but, like, because, there's always the upper class. And the upper class, like, no, there's some great people there. I know rich people who are, like, left, right? So I'm not saying, like, all rich people, but I am saying that, like, obviously poor people don't want to vote against themselves. And there are a lot of poor people who are convinced by Republicans
propaganda
that it is actually all the Democrats' fault. Even though when a Republican gets in there, all they're going to do is lower the minimum wage. Like, okay, they haven't made any efforts to lower the minimum wage, but stop it from moving. I don't want to jinx it. Now they're going to go in there and be like, actually, the minimum wage should be $5 an hour. There shouldn't be a minimum wage, actually.
Yes. Yeah, you can work here for, free. You can get work experience.
Yeah, it's like, think about it this way. We're letting you work for free. It's like, yeah,
You could be paying us.
Yeah, like you know how many people would pay to work here? No, I don't know anyone who would pay to work somewhere. You're privileged, you know that.
I'm fucking imagining it like a fucking, like, Snake Oil salesman routine of, like, now you see, I don't think you understand just how many people want this job.
Right.
We're giving you a deal here, you know?
Someone write a book on this. 1985. Sequel to 1984. Come on, let's go. 1985, let's go. 1985 podcast. Let's go.
1985 podcast. No, you're right.
Let's go. I'm right.
It's amazing how effortlessly everything transitions into politics sooner or later, huh?
Oh, our podcast?
Yeah.
I just like talking about politics. It's like a hyper.
No, I know. I can talk about basically anything, so.
Yeah. Me when we win the election.
Woo! Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Woo!
Me when we don't win the election. I'm sad. You can't see it, but I'm sad.
I'm trying to.
Like,
I was trying to think of a moist critical
Oh,
sad
shit.
quote.
Why did you do that?
Are you enjoying this audio?
Whenever I press F1, it opens up the Discord help page, and that's one of my emotes. Because I used to use the keypad for my emotes, and then my keypad stopped working for some reason.
It's because of all the emoting.
I barely press. Do you know how much more I press W on my keyboard? Because I'm a double.
It's because you. It's because you're a gamer.
I'm a
Gamers love pressing W because they get them fucking dubs.
Exactly, that fucking W. Dude, I'm a fucking W player in Dead by Daylight. More like pressing W Dead by Daylight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you literally spitting? What the hell?
Literally spitting my bars, you know they be hitting. Oh my god, I'm coming everywhere.
And just like that, the episode ends.
Well, thank you guys for watching. This was a fun one.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you for watching, chat.
Bye. Make
Bye.
sure to come on your local,
Grandmother.
what the fuck?